Hey guys, what's up? It's the No Known Gamer. Let's just play some shit, right? What I'm gonna go ahead and do is give you my personal opinions and thoughts on Borderlands, the pre-sequel, which I love so far. But I'm gonna go into what I think they could have changed and done a little better, or been a little more creative with. So yeah, here we go. Okay, story. Borderlands 2, the pre-sequel. It's after Borderlands 1 and before Borderlands 2. So basically you see Jack become the man for Borderlands 2. I love the story. I don't want to spoil it for you guys and everything. I think the story's pretty good. As far as quest goes, quests are alright. I haven't done all the side missions yet. I'm mainly stuck with the main story till I get to 50. Then I go back for the side quests. But as far as I can see, what I don't like about the quest is they send you on a path, and then it always goes like this: I need you to do so and so for me. And when you get there, it's like, oh man, that didn't work. Try this. So it's always a get there, didn't work. Get there, didn't work. Get there, okay, it worked. And I was hoping for a little more like creativity. Like you could have said, here, you either do it this way or that way, but each way will have some type of consequence, basically. Other than that, though, everything is pretty cool. As far as everything else, stories, that's probably all I would have changed. Just how the quests were working. They could have probably been a little bit more outdoor quests, because there'll be times where you do feel like you're trapped inside almost. Even though I love the atmosphere, for some reason, believe it or not, it reminded me of Halo. When you're running through, killing bugs, killing all this, it brought back that nostalgic feeling of playing Halo sometimes. And I love it. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's talk about the system. Alright, now the system. Nothing much has changed. It's basically Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2. The only difference is you got access to like way more weapons. I do notice a lot more laser stuff. I mean, they did say they were going to come into Borderlands the pre-sequel. To be honest with you, I don't use them because they're too expensive for ammo, but that's just personal preference. But yeah, there's not too much that's different. The way you shoot, the way your inventory spec works, even all the way to picking up stuff. There's no here take all button, which would be useful in single player. I understand in co-op you don't want to kill a boss and then one person just hits the take all and leaves. I mean, I completely understand that. Or they could have just added like every other MMO or RPG is doing now, where everybody's getting their own personalized drops. So no matter what I get, that person has his own set of, him or her has its own set of loot drops. That would have been nice to see. Graphics engine, same thing. I mean, it still looks beautiful in the cartoonish, look. I love that about it. Everything else is basically the same. Not much has changed, which is good, because it goes to show that the game is about substance and not all eye candy. So, that was good. I like that 2K did that. Now let's talk about the co-op. Alright, so let's talk co-op. I haven't played the game single player at all. I've been running around with a reciprocal. My boy Steve, I've known him for like 15 years gaming. Way back to like Quake 2 days and stuff. And we rarely buy games that don't interest us, but he likes this game, so it's gotta be something special. He's like the Borderlands series, so we do a lot of co-op. And honestly, I haven't played the game single player. Every time I go in, the only time I do single player is to go to Concordia and change my skin or reload on ammo and things like that, change my specs. Then I jump right into a co-op. I normally do 2s. Once in a while I might get 4s, but most of my videos that you see on YouTube are all 2s with him. I just don't think the game is as fun single player. I think it could have been designed for the single player in mind, to be honest with you. But it's a much better game co-op. The bad thing about the co-op is that it's very linear. You know, it's straightforward. Go from point A to point B. Point B. Shoot shit up. Get the objective. Finish the quest. Level up. Do it again. That's basically it. My idea of a co-op would have been something like, hey, you don't always have to maul shit. It's fun, but you don't always have to both be there to do it, or have 4 people just shooting at one thing. You know, I would prefer, hey, team A, take these 2 players, go left, these 2 go right. We gotta beat it within a certain time period, clear everything, get there, you know, make it more creative. Something where teamwork actually plays a part. If you look at some of my videos, like the True Vault and stuff like that, I'm gonna be honest with you, we just went in with intention of shooting the shit out of it, and we get through. Yeah, there's times where I get my ass handed to me, but he gets me back up, we get right to it, and that's it. You know? Speaking of which, Athena is very overpowered. I just posted a video of Colonel T Zarbadan, and him alone takes her from like 50% to 0 with the raid damage. I'm not sure if that's a spec or what it is, but he has that overpowered shield and he just demolishes stuff. But you know, there needs to be a little bit more of creativity between how you do co-op and even the quest. Okay, replayability. I think this game has a lot of replayability, especially with DLC coming out. If it's anything like Tiny Tina's Dragon Keep, or I forgot what it was called, this game will be played a lot. Also has to do with drops and where certain things drop. I like that they're sort of hinting that certain legends drop off of certain bosses and things like that. That's good, because then we could just say, hey, let's play chapter 10, see if we get that drop, and you keep running it and running. That's fine, that's farming. But as long as it's not too like random, like the older Borderlands were pretty random, to me anyway. It kind of reminded me of the old Diablo, like when Diablo, not the old Diablo 1, Diablo 2, I mean the first Diablo 3 that came out, where it was like, hey, you play a monk and you try to get like the closest item with best stats to try to match your class. That shit just wasn't working for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they fixed it up in Reapers of Souls, where it was like, hey, this is for your class, you can use this, and that felt way better, because now you're killing bosses and you're getting stuff for you. You know, and I hope they take that approach with Borderlands, the pre-sequel, either in the DLC or at least in Borderlands 3. You know, like, players want to progress. They want to feel like, hey, I'm killing stuff. If there's millions of weapons out there and equipment and stuff, then there should be no problem with saying, here, this gun better suits your class, or this and that. You know, I know they're trying to keep it fun where you're not limited to what kind of items you can use and stuff, but sometimes, you know, it'll pay off. Like, I would rather have my Wilhelm say, hey, you're like a pet class almost because of my planes. I feel like a hunter, and wow, here, you're a better sniper. This is designed for your class. This is what you do. You stand back and you shoot. Type of things. I mean, you don't have to play like that. They could let you equip other stuff, but that should be like your main stat or something like that. I would prefer something like that, you know, so players aren't always like, oh, can I use this weapon? No, this is trash, blah, blah, this and that. Another thing, it'll come with progression in DLC. I know we'll get more levels, more quests, more encounters, etc. What else could we add to it? Maybe some scaling to some of the items after you reach. Well, no, not even. Doesn't make sense. Like, scaling is fine. If it's a level 44 item and you're 42, level up. You know, there's nothing else to say about that. Alright, my final thoughts on Borderlands the pre-sequel. I think it was a very good game. I mean, it's not a waste of $60 because you know for the next year you have content to play, a fun game. Like me, I'm looking for something to replace WoW. Like I can't last 5 minutes in WoW anymore. I log in and I'm out. It just feels rinse and repeat. When I log into Borderlands, even the older games, it just feels way different. So what I'm hoping is that they give us better content. I'm very curious to where they're gonna go with the DLC. The final boss in this game, it was like, I don't know. I thought it was we ran through it. Then again, I haven't fought him in True Vault, but we basically ran through him in normal. So I expect something great for the DLC. Maybe more monster encounters or something like that. But it was a great game. Out of 10, I'd probably give it like an 8. And that's just bare bones. We gotta see till the DLC comes out, and then you could review the game completely how it should be. I think it was dope. I don't know if they should have gone to the space to moon, now that I think about it, because that could have been a whole nother series of Borderlands. You know, that could have been like Spacelands or something like that. You know, a whole nother different chapter or book to that, you know, that great series. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. I'm having fun with it. There's a lot of great games coming out, so if you're a Borderlands fan, I would definitely go ahead and try this out. It's only $60. The DLC, I believe, is $29, $30, and it'll cover you for the next year or so. I'm hoping with the season pass, like, you really get a lot of crap. Seriously, like a lot of crap. I'm talking skins, helmets. I mean, I'm pretty sure there'll be way more weapons, content levels, etc. Let's just hope this quality substance, and we'll see where it goes. Alright, thank you for tuning in. I'm the known gamer. Let's just play some shit, man.